All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center. We're going to get started with one of our regular gathering songs, God is My Source, I Trust in God. So I invite you to stand up, and here we go. Here we go. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Repeat that. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Do the second part. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. Repeat that. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. Now pick one part. Here we go. God is my source. I'm thankful. God is my power. So grateful. God gives me everything I am one in the Spirit all around me. So I give thanks. I'm thankful for all my blessings. So grateful. God gives me everything I trust in God. Again. God is my source. I'm thankful. God is my power. So grateful. God gives me everything I am one in the Spirit all around me. So I give thanks. I'm thankful for all my blessings. So grateful. God gives me everything I trust in God. God gives me everything I trust in God. God gives me everything I trust in God. All right, thank you. You can have a seat.
Good morning, and let's welcome Reverend Gordon Keyler.
Good morning. How about now? Can you hear me now? Yep. All right. Good morning. Helps if you flip the switch, huh? But I remembered this time. So, good morning to everybody here in the sanctuary and everybody who is watching us online. Welcome back, people who watch us online. We missed you last week. As you may or may not know, we had a technological failure last week, and we weren't able to stream the service live. But fortunately, Chris Porosky, some of you know Chris, and John worked on it during the week and got us up and running again. So thank you, guys. And to all of you on Facebook, I just want to say we appreciate your support. It costs about $200 a Sunday to stream this service. So help us with that. We appreciate it, and we can keep you in the loop, so to speak. So welcome to, I didn't know what to say there. So welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And to all of you who maybe have served in the role of fatherhood. We know that oftentimes men serve as the mother, and sometimes the mothers serve as the fathers. We do what needs to be done for our children, right? Yes. So happy Father's Day to everybody. And let's pull out our cell phones, our social media, and check in with a dual affirmation today. Number one, we're continuing, and actually we're wrapping up our series on living untethered. So our affirmation is living from the heart. And once you have checked in with that, you can add in Happy Father's Day if you wish. And then please turn your phone to Do Not Disturb. And do we have anybody here for the very first time at Unity Spiritual Center? Welcome. We are so glad you are with us. Yes. We want you to know that we see you. We see your hopes. We see your dreams. We see your struggles, and we see your light. We are here to provide a safe place for you to grow spiritually. And regardless of your color, we rejoice that you are here because all colors are on the spectrum of light. We are not concerned about who you love. We rejoice that you love. And we are not concerned about where you are from, although we'd be interested to know if you're from somewhere else. We want you to know, though, that you are home with us today, right here. And please be sure to join us after service in our community hall for some coffee, tea, and something to eat. And make sure I get to say hello to you and get to introduce myself to you. So with that, I would like to turn it over to Martine, who will share some news with us.
All right, today we have an emotional freedom technique class. It's also known as tapping. This is a technique that's been around since 1995. Acupressure points are tapped in a sequence to help release physical and emotional pain. And this week it's facilitated by Novella Keyler, LCSW, and certified in comprehensive energy psychology. And they will be meeting at 11:45 in classroom 4 down the hall. Ernie Pyle's middle school summer incentive program. To assist the Ernie Pyle students during the summer, we're collecting $5 gift cards or cash to fund various fun food places in the area. The gift cards are then distributed to the students as incentives for educational activities as they participate in them over the summer. You can take an envelope for the tree next to the platform, or take out some cash, or put a $5 gift card in the envelope and place it in the offering bag, or give it to Michael Small. Michael Small, wave, all right. This Friday, June 21st, is our monthly Sacred Chants. Now, normally we do this the last Friday of the month, but because of the different challenges in scheduling with other things going on at the end of the month, we're doing it on the third Friday, June 21st at 7 p.m. That's right here in the sanctuary. And if you have not ever participated, it's a wonderful way to do a musical meditation for an hour and a half. And we invite you to join us. We have a save the date for July 7th. It's a barbecue after the service right here on the church property in the parking lot and grassy areas. There will be hamburgers, hot dogs, veggie burgers, dessert and drinks provided. Jeff Siddall will be grilling. And please sign up in the foyer to bring condiments, tomatoes, lettuce, green chili, or a side dish, baked beans, coleslaw, etc. And also, if you could please sign up for either set up and or clean up. We need volunteers for that. The sign-up sheets are in the foyer. There are lots of things going on here all the time. Whenever you need detailed information, please go to the website, uscabq.org, or link into our Facebook page through the website, or open your Thursday online newsletter and find out all about it. Okay, we are going to introduce our team for this Sunday. You've met our senior minister, Reverend Gordon Keyler, and our trustee of the day is Cal Hayhow. I'm Martine Bachman, your platform host. And our prayer chaplains, or our rare chaplains, we're very rare. Our rare chaplains today are Josie Gottfried and myself, and we are going to be stationed on either side of the sanctuary after the service if you'd like some prayer one-to-one. You can also fill out a prayer request slip, which can be found in the pockets in front of your seats and dropped into the little box in the foyer for prayers for yourself or anyone else that you would like prayer for. Todd Lowry is our music director. And our USC band today is Todd Lowry. I guess everybody else is on vacation. And Bill Brooks is our vocalist today. And thanks to our AVLM team that does such a wonderful job and our volunteer slide operator. We appreciate you. And now let me introduce and welcome up Cal Hayhow.
Our mission, vision, and core values. Our mission. We inspire spiritual growth through honoring many paths, education, prayer, sacred service, and abundant living. Our vision is we're centered in love. We see a harmonious world of divine expression. Our core values are we are Christ-centered, loving, inclusive, joyous, uplifting, open-minded, and fun. And I've got one thing to add. Before the offering, this week marks my second rebirth day. 2 years ago on June 18th, I suffered a fatal cardiac arrest on my birthday. I was dead for a few minutes. When I woke up, I couldn't walk or feed myself. In the long nights in the hospital, I began to pray the Lord's Prayer. It was the only prayer I knew. I recited it as a mantra. I began to rapidly heal. The doctors called my recovery a miracle. Spirit led me here to Unity to continue my healing. I love you guys. We believe all people are created with sacred worth. We serve all people in emotional and spiritual ways. We welcome the diversity of all. God and unity, leave no one out.
Offering?
Yeah, I'm sorry. And you got ways to give in person during the Sunday service, at the Church Center app, online at www.uscabq.org, give, or by phone, 84321. Thank you.
And before we do our offering blessing, I would just like to thank everybody who stepped up last week and gave over what our normal offering is. As you know, we have been wrestling with the financial climate, and not just here, but throughout the world right now. There's a lot going on. And we want you to know that we so appreciate your support. We need $5,000 a week to operate. That's bare bones minimum. And we've been running about 3,800 or so. Last week we're up over 5,000, but that doesn't make up for the deficit. And it doesn't meet the minimum we have. So we really, really appreciate everybody who gives, including those of you online. You are a part of our community as well. It's nice and cool in here, isn't it? Yeah, that costs money. Air conditioning costs money. The lights, we can see what we're doing, right? That costs money. Those of you on Facebook, you're watching us live, as I shared at the beginning of service, that costs money. We don't like to get up and beg for money, but we have to meet the bare minimum. And we're not doing nothing to try to get that down. We are going to be closing the office across the street and moving everything into this building. It's going to be chaotic for a while. There's going to be stacks of stuff. We're going to be crowded. But we got to do what we got to do. So one of the things that we are going to be needing is help packing, going through things. We're going to be getting rid of a lot. Lori and Glenda have already started on a lot of that, but there's so much more to do. And we're going to need, let's face it, we're going to have to hire younger people to help us move. I can't carry that furniture across the street, and I know most of us in this congregation can't do that anymore. It's just the reality, and it's okay. So we just want to say we really appreciate your support. We want to get to that 5,000. Maybe we can prove we don't have to close the office. That would be wonderful. But if we do, we will. So, and that is the direction we are going. Because we don't want to stop the vital services that we provide, the services that are about you, that are sitting here, and people out in our community. We can live without an office, but we really need one another, and we don't want to cut back on that in any way, shape, or form. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate your support with finances, with everything else, your volunteerism. And I wish I could call PNM and say, hey, we have this many volunteer hours. Can we get electricity in exchange? They don't play that way. I wish they did. But thank you so much. We appreciate it. And now we can do the offering blessing.
I guess I'm behind the 8 ball, guys. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all I receive.
All right. Here we go. Rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock of my soul. So high, I can't get over it. So low, I can't get under it. So high, I can't get round it. Oh, rock of my soul. Rock of my soul, rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock of my soul. So high, I can't get over it. So low, I can't get under it. So wide, I can't get around it. Oh, rock of my soul. Take it, Todd. Rock of my soul, a rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock of my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock of my soul, oh, rock of my soul, oh, rock of my soul. One more time. Oh, rock of my soul. Cha-cha-cha. All right.
Now for our prosperity dedication. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all the needs and desires of Unity Spiritual Center and those we serve are bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good is here now. Thank you, God.
All right, it's time for a congregational song. And this week we're going to sing a song by David Roth called I Stand for Love. So let's stand and sing I Stand for Love. I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you. There is a cost for every act, and now there is no turning back. We burn a bridge, we bang a drum. It's time to rise, the time has come to stand for love, to stand for peace, to stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true, to stand for hope, to stand for you. So I will move and I will climb that mountain one step at a time. I won't be swayed, I will not stop until we made it to the top, where we will stand for love. We'll stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. We stand for hope, we stand for you, for what is beautiful and true. We stand for hope, we stand for you. Thank you. You can have a seat. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room.
I bless all fathers and loving thoughts of gratitude. Today, I bless my father and the father figures I have known with thoughts and feelings of love and appreciation. These men touched my life with love and wisdom. I give thanks to those fatherly figures who selflessly gave their time and love to help me grow into the person I am today. Their demonstrations of patience showed me how to give others space and time. Their humor and lightheartedness showed me how to not take myself too seriously. Their guidance and trust encouraged me to be independent and trust myself. I am the person I am today because of the love and wisdom shared by my father and father figures. They gave me a strong foundation on which I build my life. I am grateful and blessed with all they have given me. I bless all fathers with loving thoughts of gratitude. Happy Father's Day. Amen.
And as we go deeper within, close our eyes and take a breath. This day we think of all of the fathers that had to serve in that role for us to be here in this moment. Most of whom we will never even know their names. Those we remember our own fathers and grandfathers, great-grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers, generation after generation. As we live from our hearts, we recognize them as souls that incarnated, lived their life to the best of their ability, without whom we would not be here. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors, both our fathers and our mothers, carrying their experiences, their beliefs, their ideas, whether consciously or unconsciously, are a part of our spiritual DNA. And we stand at that pivotal moment as we go deeper into this meditation. I feel that connection to my ancestors, fathers and mothers, to all of those generations who have gone before me. Each one rising just a bit higher, higher in consciousness, higher in understanding, showing up to the best of their ability, as I do myself. Living from my heart's center, I realize that regardless of my age, I am the turning point. I am the one who decides what to let go of and what to build upon. I am the one who determines what legacy I leave for those who follow, be they my own biological children or generations I have touched. I stand in a moment of authenticity, responsibility, and love. I stand at a place where the opportunity exists to come not only from my human mind, but from heart mind. To send forth from this moment on an energy of healing, of reconciliation, of evolution. I think of my children, or perhaps other children that I have known. I see them continuing this journey, and I send them light and love. Light and love from my own heart and from the hearts that made mine possible. In this moment, I move into silent meditation, sending a blessing back through the generations, collecting all the good and leaving everything else behind. In silence, I send that blessing back and I pass it on. in this now moment, on this Father's Day. I stand for love. I stand for hope. I stand for release. And I stand for the continuing evolution of humanity. I call upon that masculine energy, that male energy, and the female energy, blending the two, heart and mind, and sending them forth to do their perfect work right here, right now, in this very room.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room.
All right, Bill Brooks is here, and he has a song by David Friedman. Yeah, thanks, Bill. And Bill's song is by David Friedman called Listen to My Heart. Your heart.
Here we are, all of us are here in the right place at the right time. Every dream you've dreamed will soon be clear, 'cause you're all here in a right mind. It's hard to believe the years of holding back are through, but now it's time to share what's in your heart that's true. Listen, listen, listen to your heart. Listen to it sing. Listen to your voice. It wants to tell you everything. There's so much to say. You don't know where to start, but if you want to know the love within you, listen to your heart. All our lives, we've been on a road, going one way, toward one dream. The road would wind, and down it we all go, always searching, never finding. But even in our darkest hours, we always knew that someday, somehow, that God would see us through. And words can't express all the joy, listen to it, listen to your heart, listen to it sing, listen to your voice, it wants to tell you everything, listen to your song, listen to it soar. You've waited all your life for one right moment, you're not waiting anymore. your heart as it cries for all the years that it was lonely. Listen to your heart as it smiles to know that now after so long you can finally sing your song, and you're here and you're listening, you're listening. Listen to your voice and it will tell you everything, all about the life that's just about to start. For if you want to know how much God loves you, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart.
Bill Brooks, thank you, Bill. Beautiful.
Thank you, Bill and Todd. Listen to your heart. We're going to be talking about our heart today. Not only listening to it, but living from it, expressing it into our world. We are wrapping up our series on living untethered. How many of you have read the book? Very good. Some of you have. The rest of you, I'm going to make this up as I go along, so you won't know. One of the things those of us who are reading the book or have read the book have discovered, it's kind of a difficult book. And I think it's difficult for a reason. I think, after having finished the book myself now, that the author wrote it that way to get us to think, to get us to examine, to get us to go deep. You know, that's what unity is all about. I just read a wonderful article that I'm going to be sharing via our email and all of that kind of stuff, written by Reverend Mark Hicks, who is the head of an organization called Truth Unity, which is in charge of archiving all of our unity writings and everything and making them available online to the public. Check out the website. There's a lot of wonderful information there. But he wrote an article about what Charles and Myrtle envisioned unity to be at the very beginning. And that was not a church, nor was it a place where you came and did a service like we do nowadays. Originally, it was a place not for spiritual seekers, but for those who wanted to be spiritual practitioners. How many of you would like to stop seeking and start practicing our truth principles? I know many of you are already doing that. But there's always room to do more. There's always room to learn more. And that's a lot of what this book has been about, is about going deeper. It's about not just untethering our souls from this, but becoming a practitioner of living from the heart. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be going pretty deep. This is going to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very deep, very introspective. It's going to ask us to really look at how we go from just coming together and hearing these wonderful words and this wonderful music and all of that, to actually putting it into practice in our lives, because that's ultimately what it's about. It's great to get together on Sunday morning. I love seeing all of you. I love hearing our music. But more powerful is if we put this into practice in our daily lives and take it out into the world so that others can be aware of it. So what we have been about, actually since the inception of Unity, but specifically in this series, is discussing and exploring how we can transcend our habitual thoughts and emotions, those things that hold us back from experiencing true happiness and true fulfillment. The principle taught in this particular book is one very important, and one that has been taught by every great master, and that is non-attachment. We think of that, as I said last week, in the terms of the Buddhist teachings. But Jesus taught the very same thing. He said, let go of your attachment to the outer and attach to the inner. Free your soul from that which holds you in bondage. Free your soul, free yourself from that which holds you in low frequency vibration so that you can rise up to a higher frequency. And the way we do that is by becoming aware and living from our heart mind. Now you may be going, well, what's the heart mind? Well, we know science has proven what the ancient masters taught, that our heart has intelligence. There actually is a thinking organ that is part of the heart that pumps our blood, which we didn't know about until fairly recently. It's a real thing. It's not just some metaphysical woo-woo thing. It's real. It takes up room in your chest, and it serves a purpose. We think of living from the heart as living from a place of love. And while that is certainly true, it's so much more than that. You know, we've all seen people, we see them oftentimes out in the world, who go around going, I am love, happy, happy, fuzzy bunnies everywhere. Oh, bless you, you are love. And that is true. But that's not living from the heart. That's trying to force an illusion of love so that we can maybe feel it. It's trying to become something that we can't unless we truly, truly live from the heart. And living from the heart is living in such a way that your natural energy is emanating at its highest frequency. It is living in such a way that your natural energy is emanating at its highest frequency. And it doesn't always look like we think it should. It doesn't always look like a Hallmark movie. Okay, that didn't go over well. So then what is heart-mind? Well, heart-mind is the mind that is about life. It is about evolution, whereas the human mind is about survival. This up here is designed to help you survive in the world. This is about having greater life and evolving to something even more than you are right now, regardless of where you are on your journey. This mind, the heart mind, is about deep relationship. Not just deep relationship to other people, but to life itself, to creation itself, to the Creator itself. For in heart mind, there is no separation between the Creator and the creation. It's all one thing. The heart mind is also about creativity. Look at the universe. Galaxies, stars, all the stuff that's out there is constantly being created, and more and more and more of it. Look at life. It's constantly being created. Heart mind is about creation, and it is about creativity. How can we create? What do we create? What does it look like? Can we create at a higher level than we have created to this point? The author, Michael Singer, writes, heart mind is an integrated whole that combines emotional intelligence, which is the heart, with cognitive intelligence, providing an interconnectivity between feeling and thought. Got it? Let's look at it through the lens of Bible metaphysics, which is one of the tools we use here at Unity. Adam and Eve represent heart, mind, and human mind. Mary and Joseph represent cognitive ability, cognitive thinking, and heart thinking. And when the two of those become one, the Christ is born. That is the metaphysics of the story of the birth of Jesus. When the two become one, the Christ is fully realized in the oneness of the heart-mind. And that is the ultimate goal. So what does that incorporate then? If we can reach that point, which we can, it's not an if, when we reach that point, what are the key aspects of it? Well, first there's emotional intelligence, which is understanding and managing our emotions. Emotions are real things, but we can understand them and we can manage them. It is recognizing and empathizing with the emotions of others. When we can understand our own, guess what? We can understand others' emotions. It is cultivating positive relationships and social skills. Cognitive intelligence is logical reasoning and analytical thinking. It's problem solving and decision-making ability. It's the acquisition of knowledge and intellectual development. But wait, there's more. We discover an entirely new and higher vibration when we bring these two together, when they are working in harmony with one another. This is what the Christ taught. It's what the Buddha taught. It's what Krishna taught. Every great teacher throughout human history has said the exact same thing in different languages and at different times based on culture. But the message has always been the same. Our journey is to move from this to this and then bring them into harmony with one another. It's not to get rid of one or the other. It's not to operate solely from the heart or solely from the mind. Is to bring them together as a whole. You know, all of those great teachers were more than teachers. They were more than healers, heroes too. They were more than miracle workers. They were all about creating a new world, a new understanding, creating the awareness of the truth of who we all are. Every single one of them said, "You are the same as me." Jesus always said, "I am born of man," meaning I am like you. He said things like, "You are sons and daughters of the Most High." They all were teaching about love in its highest form. Love is often described as a multi-dimensional energy in the realm of that we're talking about. A multi-dimensional energy. Einstein once said that gravity is love. It's the great attractive force, but it's more than that. It's also the great creative energy. And where we struggle in Western thought especially is that we think of heart and mind, emotion and reason as being separate from one another. Whereas in Eastern thought, Buddhism, Taoism, the heart and the mind are a unified entity. The Chinese call it the Zen, which encapsulates both mind and heart. This idea of separation is so strong and so prevalent in the Western mind that it has impacted everything we do and how we do it. It created a religion where God and humanity are separate. Even though the one who is purported to have founded Christianity, Jesus, he didn't found Christianity, by the way, even though he taught that it was one and the same. And that has led to many of the problems that we see in our world today. This idea of a separate deity and a separate creation has led to an idea of separate races, separate religions, separate nations, separate political parties, separate cultures. And that has resulted in the problems we see today: poverty, war, racism, and the inability to evolve. It's led to misunderstanding of the teachings of the Christ, the Buddha, and the others. It has led us to not understand Jesus' statement, "Be in the world, but not of it." When Jesus said that, he was not talking about the physical world. He knew that the physical world was but an outer expression of the human mind. This. We create the physical world we live in through this. And Jesus said there's more. And if we want to change that out there, we have to move to this mind. Because this mind only knows what it knows. It only knows the knowledge it has acquired through generations, through experience. It is an illusion of thought, which is what the world is, according to the Buddhists. It's an illusion of thought. It is a creation of low vibration thought. Nowadays, we could call it a consensus reality. We agree that we have to live under certain conditions and constructs where there's only so much to go around, where there's always going to be war, The list goes on and on and on. That is not the truth. Because if we could realize that it is possible to untether ourselves from this illusion of reality that we have created from the human level, we would find that we would be living an entirely different reality. A reality of one people, one spirituality, one world, one culture. And instead of the differences between us, we would behold with wondrous awe the diversity within us. We would no longer be in the world, at least not the illusionary one. But this requires us to do work. It requires that we untether our soul. It requires that we break free of the human mind manifestation of this world that we have created and come into a realization of what we in unity call the Christ, or the kingdom of heaven, the truth that underlies this up here and what we have expressed out there to this point. Charles Fillmore wrote a lot about this. He talked about the realization of the Christ. And that doesn't mean we realize that Christ was a person who lived 2,000 years ago. We realize, we make real the Christ in ourselves, in our experience. We bring it from within us, because it's in every one of us, into expression. In Talks on Truth, Charles Fillmore wrote this: the attainment of the Christ consciousness calls for nothing less on our part than a definite recognition of ourselves as children of God right here and right now, regardless of appearances to the contrary. How does that feel to recognize? We would actually say it a little different nowadays. We would say, recognize that we are God expressing as us. How does that feel? I imagine, because it still comes up even in me sometimes, that, oh, who am I to think I'm God? I'm not God. Look at what I just did. Yes, you are God. That's what Jesus taught. Do you not know that you are sons and daughters of the Most High? He said that. And yet you won't hear that in most churches. Our ideas of separation have fully prevented us from realizing it. And we have squashed that down. And as we become untethered from our rational human mind and begin to be free to explore the heart mind and to let the heart mind do what it's designed to do, we begin to be able to come into acceptance and realization of the Christ we are and the Christ we are becoming. In Atom's Smashing Power of the Mind, another book by Charles Fillmore, he wrote this: let us cease expecting Jesus to return in bodily form. And I'm going to break in here and say, if you read the original scriptures, Jesus never said he was going to do that. Come to a Bible class here, you'll find out why. Anyway, back to Charles. Rather, let us turn our attention to the risen Christ energy that is already within us. For it is in this way that we will create the kingdom of heaven on earth. And the kingdom of heaven, this is me now, the kingdom of heaven is not a physical manifestation with streets of gold and peace and people walking around like this. It's a high vibration of energetic existence that is peace, that is love, that is abundance, that is creative, that is evolutionary. That's in us and always have been. But we have tethered our souls to an illusion of power, of control, and of bondage. That's been the focus of this book, is breaking that tether, breaking free. The moment that we can behold the Christ in us and as us is the moment we begin to truly live the Christ. It is the moment we raise our vibration to that high level. But until we recognize that, until we can accept that we are God expressing, the indwelling Christ remains dormant. It remains in the tomb. Our job is to roll that stone of thinking away that has been built up through thousands and thousands of years of indoctrination. To get back to the true teachings of Jesus, the true teachings of Buddha, the truth. So how do we do that? You know, I always like to give you steps. Well, here's some steps. These are practices that will cultivate heart-mind integration. First, mindfulness and meditation. Notice how we always start with meditation? That is the doorway. If you don't have a meditation practice, get one. It will change your life. And don't think that you have to meditate for 20 minutes folded up into a pretzel. 1 minute. 1 minute. 30 seconds. Whatever you have to do to start. Just get a steady, consistent meditation practice. Practice things that promote present moment awareness and emotional regulation. When you meditate, you begin to become aware of what's happening around you in the moment, rather than always living either in the past or in the future. Second one is emotional reflection. You could do journaling if you're into that. Look at your feelings. Develop understanding about where they come from. Next one is practice cognitive exercises. This one's something we don't do well in our culture. We don't teach it even, and it's a biggie. What this is going deep. It's not just attending church on Sunday morning, eating a cookie and going home. It's delving into these ideas, delving into attending the classes, reading the books, getting involved in our own evolution. I grew up like many of you, where I was told on Sunday morning how to live, what to do, what prayers to say and all of that. But it wasn't until I found unity and I started really looking within that I began to understand that we are evolutionary beings. We are meant to become more than we are. We are meant to be untethered from this. And it took years of practice. And it will take many more years of practice. But it's a journey, and it is a journey that is worth it. So get involved in our own evolution as individuals, because then we can empower those around us to get involved in theirs. Another one is compassion training. Developing empathy and kindness through practices like loving kindness, meditation, or volunteer work. That's one of the ways we can empower those around us to find their true selves. And the last step is let go. Untether yourself from the illusion. Practice possibility thinking, possibility talking, and possibility action. We live in a world where we talk about all the bad things. I hear it even here at the church. Oh, did you hear what happened so-and-so? Did you hear what this person's doing or that person's doing? Or, oh, we can't ever do that. That's negativity. That's not possibility thinking. That's not possibility talking. Yes, we are in the midst of what I am calling economic evolution. This is happening in the outer world, but in my consciousness, this is happening, and it's not going down. I have a vision. I have a vision of this being more than what's right here, right now. I have a vision of us really, truly impacting our city, our community, and beyond. I have a vision of unity as a movement, breaking out of the stuck place it has been for the last 20 years and getting back to what the vision was, centers of spiritual practice, empowering people and teaching people to change their lives, because then we begin to change the world. But we can't get there if we're always talking it down. Oh, look at us, there's 75 of us here today? We can't do anything. Yes, we can. We are powerful beyond measure. So we have to get into the vibration of what we want to create. That's what the heart is all about, vibration. We get into that vibration of reaching the world. We get into a vibration of health, of love, of prosperity in all of its forms. And once we can begin to do that as individuals, we transmute Jesus' mission statement into our own affirmation. How many of you remember what Jesus' mission statement was? I have come that you may have life and have it. I have come that you may have life and have it. That's better. But when we untether from this, it's no longer some guy's statement 2,000 years ago. It changes to our own affirmation that is, I have come that I have life and I have it abundantly. I have life and I have it abundantly. Say that with me. I have life and I have it abundantly. I noticed a little drop in the abundantly. We got work to do. Let's try it again. I have life and I have it abundantly. That is living from the heart. For once you have it, you cannot help but empower those around you to have it. Because as untethered souls, we live in oneness. We live in oneness with one another and with the energy that is creation itself. Namaste.
Follow your heart like a stream to the ocean. Take up all of your devotion. Take up all of your emotion. And give it to the ones that you love. And reach for the skies up above. Your family and friends that you love. And know that your soul is enough to make it through another day. We are the dreamers. We are believers. And I know you feel it in your soul. Anywhere you go, anywhere you are, it's as real as it gets, as real as you are. Anywhere you go, no matter how far, it's as real as it gets. It's real when you follow your heart. When you follow your heart. Even when we all fall down, even when the world's been spinning us around, I know the seasons will change and bring a new day and make it okay. You just gotta stay who you are. Everyone's a shining star. Dream, 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 it'll take you far. From the streets to the beach to the mountainside. Everybody touch the sky high. We are the dreamers. We are believers. And I know you feel it in your soul. Anywhere you go, anywhere you are, it's as real as it gets, as real as you are. Anywhere you go, no matter how far, it's as real as it gets. It's real when you follow your heart. When you follow your heart. Follow your heart like a stream to the ocean. And put your dreams in motion. And when you fall down, pick yourself up with your heart wide open, open. Anywhere you go, anywhere you are, it's as real as it gets, as real as you are. Anywhere you go, no matter how far, it's as real as it gets. It's real when you follow your heart. When you follow your heart. When you follow your heart. When you follow your heart.
All right, there's some kids out there. Let's sing them in.
You are walking in the light of God. 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 You are walking, 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 walking in the light of God. You are walking, 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 walking in the light of God.
Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all kinds of dads. We talked about all kinds of dads today. We have some dad jokes for you. All right.
Where do you learn to make a banana split? Where? Sunday school. What blue doesn't weigh much? Light blue.
All right, we got some more.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Sorry. Why did the chicken cross the road? Why? Because. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna call my dad, and I want everyone to say Happy Father's Day and to Andrew, and I'm just gonna call him right now.
It's very nice, AJ.
I'm calling him right now.
Is it on speaker?
Yep. I have something to say to you. Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Nice. That was very thoughtful, AJ. Yay.
I have some more Father's Day jokes. Okay. What keys unlock a banana? Monkeys. What do you call a fake noodle? Impasta.
Awesome. Thank you guys. So we made a special treat for all kinds of dads, and it's in Fellowship Hall with a sign for you guys. So please enjoy. Yay.
And to all the dads out there, happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Please join me in blessing these beautiful children.
Our teens, you'll notice there are no teens in the building. Well, a few, except for you, yes. Yes. A couple of teens, but the rest of our teens are traveling. They were in Las Vegas at the start of service. And what happens in Vegas stays at Vegas, so I can't tell you more. No, I'm just kidding. They're on their way to Unity or to Tahlequah, Oklahoma for their Legacy Rally. So we hold them in our thoughts and prayers as we say our prayer for protection. Together, you guys ready? Yeah. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is. Woo-wee.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow.